And when you talk about great North Melbourne men, they don't come any greater than our next guest, our very, very special guest, and that is Brent Harvey, who joins us on the show. Good morning to you, mate. How you going?
Yeah, good morning, boys. Going very well, thank you.
Have you imagined what this weekend might look like for you and your mates?
Mate, you can't help but think because, unfortunately, it didn't look like we were going to make the finals, and now we're still going to rely on a lot of results going our way, but there's still a small chance. And going into the last round of the season, you're still alive, and you put your head down on the pillow at night, and you're excited. You're excited to come to training again because it's all up in the air. You don't know what's going to happen. So we'll know going into the Collingwood game on Sunday, if the other two results go our way, that if we win, we play finals football, it looks like at the minute.
Either way, you'd still fancy yourselves against Collingwood, wouldn't you?
Oh, I think we fancy ourselves against anyone now, Tim. I think you look at the weekend's game against Hawthorn and them only just beating us, and we had a few players out with Lee Adams, Andrew Swallow, and Scotty Thompson. So I mean that's a good thing for us. They only beat us by 3 points at the start of the season, and they're the benchmark of the competition at the minute. They're sitting at the top of the ladder, and we've pretty much challenged every other team except for Fremantle. So it has been a funny season, but saying that, I'm really, really excited for not only this week, for season 2014 as well.
I think everyone, Boomer, good morning, thinks that everyone's optimistic about your future. Have you been able to work out why it's happened so much? I mean, again, it happened on the weekend. You're in winning position and weren't able to get it across the line. Is it more a physical thing? Is it still a maturity of the group? Is there other elements that have let you down this year, or have you been able to work it out?
Yeah, look, it's a tough one. There's a lot of people from outside will point their finger and say it's leadership, we're not fit enough, we're not big enough, and all these type of things. And we understand that. We can take that, but internally we know exactly why. And it's when we come in on the Monday morning and Brad shows us our review, and we just go away from what we do from the North Melbourne style of football. That seems to kill us. Hawthorn during the third quarter there was 6 or 7 minutes where they kicked 4 or 5 goals, and it just turned the game. And we went away. When you look at the review on Monday, we went away just for a small lapse of time, and it kills you because in today's football you can kick 5 goals in 5 minutes, and that's pretty much been the story for us so far this year. So that's probably without pointing the finger and saying one specific thing, we do look at the review and think, yep, we let ourselves down there.
Interesting. You talked about the leadership thing, which people have questioned. Just on a physical side out on the ground, are you a team, are your leaders a vocal group? Is there a lot of blokes out there that actually tell other players coming up things that they should be doing better while the game's actually happening?
I won't lie to you, Hutto. I think we've improved in leaps and bounds in that. Obviously, we've got to take myself and Drew out of it, and we've got a youngish with Andrew and Jack leading the team, and they've come forward leaps and bounds. Jack's really, really vocal. Andrew's not so vocal. He displays his leadership by the way he goes about his football. But now we're relying on the other guys, the Atleys and the McMillans, to really come up underneath us. Those sort of emerging type of leaders, Cunnington, Bastanak, and really take charge of games. And I think in the second half of the season, we've seen a huge difference in that aspect. They've come out of their shell a little bit more. So again, going forward, I think that's only going to be better for us.
Talking to North Melbourne's Boomer Harvey. Now, you're one of the strong men of the competition, and you've been like that throughout your career. And not for the first time, one of the big blokes took you on again at the weekend. And I'm talking about Brian Lake, and he came off second best. You gave it to him both physically and then verbally. What did you say to him while he was lying there on the ground in pain?
Oh, I can't really say what I said, but I'm just trying to think of something off my head.
Words to the effect of what?
Oh, I just said, how you going, buddy? Hope that didn't hurt too much.
Hey, Boom,
I might run with that one.
Yeah, that'll do. You've been around a long time, and you know what it takes to be a premiership team. If you could add one thing to the North group between the end of 13 and 14, you've still got a long way to go before this season's over, obviously. What would it be?
In terms of players?
Yeah, is there a deficiency you've got?
Yeah, I reckon we need another, and this is only my opinion, haven't spoken to the coach or anyone like that at the football club, but I think we need another Daniel Wells. And then when I say Daniel Wells, I know they don't grow on trees, but what I'm talking about is probably a classy, outside, silky, smooth midfielder just to get the job done, win the ball forward of centre and really penetrate the forward 50 and get the ball into Black, Petrie, Tarrant and these type of guys. And every time they win the ball, 9 times out of 10 forward of centre, we're going to score from it. And I just think we lack we've got a lot of really hard Zeebles, Cunningtons, Swallows. We really need one of those silky outside players.
Hey, Boomer, for the first time, before we get to Fast Five, here's what a few of your teammates have had to say about you earlier in the year. The tightest bloke at the club.
Oh, it's been easy. It's got to be Boomer, doesn't it?
The stingiest teammate at your club. Make sure you get it right.
Yeah, Boomer.
The tightest teammate you got there at North Melbourne.
I'm not answering that one because all the boys will be driving into footy listening this morning and they won't talk to me for the rest of the day.
Is it
Well,
unanimous?
it won't be Brent Harvey.
He's
He won't be driving.
He'll be listening, don't worry.
He'll be walking in.
But Boomer, they've stitched you up. You know that.
I do, Tim, and I reckon you've had a little bit to do with it.
Oh, nothing to do with nothing
The
to.
boys tell me before they come in. I'll tell you a quick little story if I've got 30 seconds. Aaron Black, being a tall forward, he said I was the tightest player. I come in on that morning and said, Blackie, mate, you can't bite the feed that hand. You can't bite the hand that feeds you. And that week against Geelong, Blackie kicked no goal. So I think he learned his lesson. I probably had the most inside 50s at the football club, and he's got to really understand what he says there.
Hey, just very quickly now, who fears the skin folds the most down there at North Melbourne?
Or probably go Lindsay Thomas.
Okay, which teammate is batting way above his average with the good lady in his life?
Oh, that's a good question. I might go Big Drew Petrie, I think.
Just the last question this morning. Who do you think is the tightest, stingiest teammate you've got there at North Melbourne?
All right. Well, unlike the other players, I actually have a reason for my response.
It's going to have to be in 10 seconds.
Nothing. All right. Drew Petrie still gets his wife to cut his hair.
Brilliant. Magnificent. Good luck on the weekend, mate.